thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back, but realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
Wow, that was much shorter than the previous one.
So about Olvend.
Around here, everything's about Olvend.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut.
Fat nut.
Building Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
The decree.
This concession decree. What is it exactly? And how would it help Olvend?
Wish I'd grabbed a brew while I was
Pig
waiting.
diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Olvend has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
Well, I have to be going. Thanks for the drink, Petra. I'm glad I stopped by.
Anytime, Flamehair.
Petra, make me a good weapon again. I want that flamethrower, it was so good. Carried me so well. Let's go!
You wanna play, Ray?
Yeah, I love this game!
Ah, I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage? This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of Strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly affects your machine's combat power. As you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat power to yours. The higher your machine's combat power, the more damage you can do. So finding the right terrain is an essential strategy for overpowering your opponent. Here, I'll show you.
I think I see it. Like, I think the dots on the board show like how much points.
To your left and move to attack my machines.
Like, I think the like if there's like a divot going up, I think it means that increases your attack and defense by that much, and if there's a divot like into the board, it lowers your attack and defense by that much.
Now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't in play. So my combat power is 0. This means your machine can do 3 points of damage. Go ahead and test it out.
So if I attack the other one, it won't do any damage because
Now,
she's got 1
choosing the right
defense
terrain
and it's
doesn't
from the
just
front.
improve your offense. It can also help defend your machines from attack. Grab your other piece and place it in front of my second machine.
Like I said, it's going to do no damage because
Since
of
your machine is attacking, it's using
Oh.
its 2 points of attack power.
defense damage.
It's standing on grassland terrain. This terrain has a value of 0. This means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power since they're defending their position. But they have the higher ground. They're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, The front of my machine is colored blue. This means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it. Which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens.
Okay.
Ha, see? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards. Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks.
Well, if it wasn't knocked onto another forest
if my
terrain.
machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well. That's why breaking a machine's defenses is a great way to deal damage to several pieces at once. Useful, right? Okay, now go ahead and end your turn. There's still one more thing I want to show you. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be placed on those. But it'll take away 2 combat points if you do, so be wary. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most machines. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine on your left.
But like, why would... What is the point in Chasm then? Chasm's just terrible. And there's no reason for me to do this.
See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I think that's enough yammering from me for now. Promise it'll all come in handy next time you play.
Okay, didn't even have to finish the thing. Do I get to control what pieces I have? Nope.
Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth a certain number of setup points, and you can spend up to 10 assembling your army. Knowing what each machine brings to the game and building an army that matches your strategy is the key to becoming a machine strike master. When assembling your army, there are a few things to keep in mind. First and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine on the board at the same time. With that in mind, most players would choose machines based on how far they can move or how much attack power they have. But a real strike player will be looking at a machine's type and skills. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that machine on your left.
Okay, so scrappers can shoot. Like, they can attack from a space away.
All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponents. In other words, its machine type. If you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here is a melee type. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks the first enemy within range, and no one else. We've seen this plenty of times, so just move that piece forward so I can show you some more stuff. Great, now grab your other machine.
Can I shoot through it?
Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack range. Let's move
so
that
it
machine
has to be
forward and
2.
end your turn so we can take a look at the rest of the pieces. Let's go with this piece first. This is a ram type machine. Attack an enemy with it and it'll push the piece backwards. Like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of a piece, a dash-type machine. When it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage every machine in its path, including your own. So make sure you take a good look at the board before you send it off to the races. You should also make sure it's able to finish its attack on an empty spot. Otherwise, you won't be able to attack at all. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at all the machine types yet. But I'm pretty sure you've got more important things to do, so I made you a list. It's got all the tips and tricks we talked about, too. I think that about does it for now, so if you want to play a real game, just let me know.
Okay, this is a little bit more complicated than how to actually play properly. Let's give it a go.
Good luck.
So, how do I pick my pieces, though? Ah, so I can play them anywhere in the starting place.
That's it for me. Come up. Your move, Red.
I could lose a piece if I move forward. I might as well just wait in the mountains. I don't know, I'm just going to wait in the mountains. It's not really a very good play, but... Do you have to move to attack before you can end the turn? Why can't I end my turn? Do you actually have to move? Like, a piece every turn? Because I don't really want to do that. I guess that she forgot to mention that you have to move a piece every turn. Which is annoying, because now she gets the mountain.
Time to make my move.
Wait, how did she get an extra movement? Oh yeah. Wait, no, how did she do that?
Your turn.
How did she move 3 there? Oh no. No, she moved... Yeah, she moved 3. How the fuck did she do that? If I attack, do I...
A single machine left? That ain't good.
Can I rotate it still? Probably not. Why does she seem to get overcharged but not have to take damage?
Board's all yours.
Also, how the fuck did she attack twice? How does she get to move like an extra space? Mate. Oh wait, do these have movement speed 3? Does the terrain give extra movement? I didn't realize the terrain gave extra movement as well as thing. How do I get it back? I don't think we can actually damage it. Like enough. Well, we can attack again. Can't we? Why can't I attack it again?
Oh, I thought I had that one.
Seems I don't understand all the rules. It's weird though, I don't seem to be able to control what pieces I play still. Unless I've only got scrappers and that's it.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I still don't seem to be able to control what pieces I use.
You're up, Red.
So all the pieces have to move once at least. Oh no, you just move 2 pieces, and then you end your turn. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Board's all yours.
Okay. If I sprint, I can't attack though, can I? Yeah, I remember now. I sprint. Oh, fuck's sake, need to. So if I move there and attack, it will charge forward and take its space, won't it?
Time to get serious. Your move, Red.
Oh crap! I'm vulnerable on both my sides. Okay. Alright, Ram hits both. No, it just hits both of them because of that. Shouldn't it hit extra because of, like, I'm hitting from the side? Why is it only dealing 1 damage when I'm hitting from the side? Meaning that it should be a crit.
You are on a roll.
Okay. I could just overcharge to kill it. Not sure if to overcharge just to kill the thing. Because she would just overcharge to kill it, probably.
My turn.
Shit. I meant to overcharge, oh well.
Knocked right off the board.
Okay. That's sprint. Fuck. But that makes me weak to her thing. But I have a mountain advantage though, which should reduce the damage.
One less piece
Oh
on the board.
shit, that knocked me off the mountain though. Well, she's gonna kill my thing probably. Depending on what order she attacks in.
Ah, off the board it goes.
Might be able to overcharge it and move it back onto the mountain. Which might be a good idea. What does the weak spot do again? Where's weak spots? It just gives +1. No, it just gives -1 combat power. So if I'm on this, it should give me 4, meaning that this will have 2. No, we'll have 3. Which shouldn't be able to damage me then. Unless... no, it wouldn't be able to knock me off though. And I suppose you could knock me off the mountain with that, but it would be... it would have 1... no, it would have 2 power, I'd have 4, it should be fine. I think it will survive.
Time to get
Fuck,
serious.
misplays.
That's it for me. Hey! Oh, that was the perfect spot. that dampens the forge.
Looks like you can only overcharge the piece that attacked last. It's actually got really bad geographical advantage. I should have probably overcharged that to knock it off the grass.
Time to make my move. Just one piece left.
Why can't I overcharge it? Do I have to... Can you only overcharge the last piece?
Thank the forge you hit armor. Now that was a game, even if I lost.
Still learning how to do it. Get small amount of shards. So I guess in actual games I get to control what pieces I use, but in these I don't.
Here we go.
So what have we got? We got a charger from the mountains. Scrounger. This is actually quite difficult.
Okay. Let's see. Your turn.
Wow, she just moved obscenely fast.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that.
Why does her thing only give her 1? Did I get the enemy wrong? I thought it was the charger which she had there.
Well, that's done now.
I guess that was a range one, okay.
I'm up. You're up, Red.
What the fuck is that? I thought it was a ranger. I guess scroungers aren't ranged. I thought they were. Okay, scroungers move really fast.
That was brutal.
Okay, she has no scroungers anymore.
I'm up. knocked right off the board. One less piece on the board. Okay, let's see. Your turn.
How far do scroungers move? They move 3.
Now that was a smart move.
Why is it sometimes? I was hoping to use the overdrive on that, but oh well. Guess we'll use it on this one instead.
Well, that's done now.
Don't particularly understand the overdrive.
Time to make my move. Board's all yours. That was a surprise.
We can attack again though.
You got me down to one piece. I am impressed. Ah, looks like I lost.
I don't really understand how overdrive works. Like, sometimes I seem to be able to overdrive, sometimes I don't. Okay, gotta do the actual challenge. Okay, so we have a few of them. Fanghorns are pretty good. Wait, which one's hill? What's the difference between hill and mountain? What the fuck's hill terrain? Oh, mountain is free. I don't think we've ever seen mountain terrain. The board doesn't seem to have any. Mountain. No, it has mountain. So which one is it? Hill or mountain which I need? I need hill. See, I thought scrappers were a ranged enemy. I guess it was a different unit. How many can I use? Wait, why is that one worth more? I guess it's the VIP points. Okay.
Let's do this.
She has a bristleback. What does bristlebacks do? Let's place the guy near the hill, which needs hill. We need this guy in the middle. She also got lance horns. Yeah, maybe the grazers weren't such a good idea. They don't do that much damage. How much does this move? Moves 2.
Time to get serious.
Oh god, it moves so fast.
That's it for me.
Scrounger. Why can't I attack? Why didn't it attack there? Why didn't my unit attack though? But I'm confused why my... It's probably cost me the game that the ranged unit didn't attack.
Your move, Red.
I guess this thing can't be attacked from behind? No, it can. Like, the thing kind of covers up its weak spot. Wait, yeah, this... When attack range, lose damage, alright. Alright, so I damage my own piece if I do that, though. So why didn't this attack last time, though?
That was brutal.
No, that's not enough damage, though. If I overcharge it, can I attack the thing? And can I do enough damage to it, even? I deal 1 extra damage. It's got 1 defense, I think. It should be enough, hopefully.
the board he goes.
Alright, so...
I'm up. You're up, Red.
Scrounger... Oh, this is also a... This is another galloper. So what's this one? Is this one the one which yields benefit from mountain? Yep. Did I already move this one this turn? Like, it says when attacking from mountain terrain. It has to be from mountain terrain, though. So this is only weak from behind. This one's weak from the side.
No, I'm glad you decided to play, Aloy. This is fun.
Might be able to maybe heal out.
You're just hammering down on my pieces now.
Oh, it did negate the damage though.
Ah, off the board he goes.
Damn, that was actually a really bad maneuver. So I can't attack if I move. You could be able to move there. You would be at disadvantage, but I'll give him the power. No point, except for there is. But you could still just do that and kill one of my pieces. It's probably better to just move this piece.
Trust your instincts, Red.
Okay.
Time to get serious. You're up, Red.
Maybe he sprinted, maybe that's what happened.
Hey, I like that piece where it was.
That's actually enough to kill him.
Well, that's done now. Well, spark my forge. You have beaten me on every one of my boards. Now that deserves a prize, I say.
A prize. We got a bristleback striker. They lost the duel and lost thy soul. Yeah, these are gonna be some fun mini games, and they do give me skill points. Oh no, I have to beat all 3 of the beginners to get the skill points.
Don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger. Go kill some Veblogs for a quest. What was that? That was the thing. Potion seller. I'm going into battle and I need some of your strongest potions. That was so fun and interactive. Why is it red? Hello, is there any quests in this village? Ow, my legs.
We are on the same side here, Owen. The bristlebacks threaten us all.
Oh, drop the act. What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the Concession Decree.
I can remove the bristlebacks, but not sign the decree, because nobody wants that.
What choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So,
Those shoes are so dumb.
Savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of Hughes.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your
Potentially.
beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Ulvund Freehold, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The, burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osram laborers of this land who do all the back-breaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. Then just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
So none.
If Chain Scrape is on Carja land, shouldn't a Carja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chain Scrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
You said you founded Chain Scrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chain Scrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, but my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Osram.
Alright.
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is gonna...
Takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted.
Mate, that doesn't sound like a side quest, it sounds like a main quest, since I can't actually access any of the fucking shops. It looks like I can't access the shops until I actually get this, bristleback. Problem solved.
Savior! Over here!
Savior of Oldham.
Savior, thank you for taking the time. And my condolences that you had to endure Ulvant's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Carja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned Concession Decree.
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is Barren Light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Ulvant up.
Sure, why not?
What is this concession decree that Ulvant wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Carja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How does blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks help Ulvin get his concession?
Look around. This may be the Sundom, but Chainscrape is all gears and rust and bad ale. Claiming that the Karja loosed the bristlebacks in order to intimidate Oseram laborers into obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has forgotten the atrocities of the Mad Sun King. And with the bristlebacks bringing work in the valley to a halt, Ulvund has plenty of time to pick at barely healed wounds.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. Now, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
How did you...
I ask it.
But you're
Oh,
not
it is the
Ulvund.
same one.
He's. Well, I have to.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
Okay then. Well, we'll do that next time.